This is legitimately scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I mean, I'm no tech guy, but if this is possible, I'm really worried. I'm really worried about the future of chess.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Jano here. Okay, so today we're going to show something pretty cool. We just hooked in the stockfish state. So you'll see as the moves we're making, we have the whole try stockfish button and all this. We're going to start off making a simple move, and you'll see we have it so the AI is ready to play back. When the AI plays back against you, you'll see this pawn will do the pawn move, and then the AI will start getting ready to play back against you. And just like this, we have a pawn move. And yeah, just like that. Now you'll see... What the? You need to show them the power of stockfish. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this to... What? Stockfish? So it looks like the printer went sentient way faster than I was expecting. My name's Jando, but today we are showing off something that was created that probably shouldn't exist, but now is in existence. I guess more or less to prove a point of something that I was able to make in literally a day. And I guess this proves a point. I know a lot of people aren't going to be watching this and don't even care, but for the people who do, there is a whole scandal going on right now with chess and cheating, and I kind of wanted to prove the fact and get ahead of the ball, chess player, because everyone's going to say I'm a cheater soon, of how stupidly simple it is to cheat at a level like this if you wanted to. And if you know what this is, some might call it the chess.com plug, some might call it the Lee Chess plug. I'm going to say it's an ingestible. You're supposed to eat it. It goes in your stomach. But this is a tiny chess computer that is completely waterproofed inside a silicone sock that you can ominously turn on and start playing chess. Yes, I know, something that shouldn't exist.
For real?
But I've been way too into the chess drama lately, and I thought it was just dumb whenever I heard people saying, how would you do that? That's insane. That's impossible. No, it's really, really easy nowadays if you want to cheat in person. And I want to at least give my thoughts on it, since I'm making an automatic chessboard that people, it's technically cheating, I guess, say what you want, but I will say in my entire life I have never actually used an AI to play another human. That is where I draw the line. I will play AIs all the time, and I'll have AIs play people, but using an AI inside to using an AI inside to cheat is just a whole...
I mean, the thing that I need to see is, like, is this something that can actually fit somewhere? Because like when you look at it, you know, in the video, it looks too big. It looks too big right now. Like, it doesn't look like, it feels like something that would stick out if it's anywhere. Like, so that's, I mean, it might just be the scale.
Whole new problem, and it's kind of been being addressed in the chess world. Maybe I'll give my 2 cents. I don't know how much it's worth, but I'm under the ideology that if you are willing and capable and able to cheat in line and on games, you're kind of always a cheater in my eyes. Now, this is a whole gray area, and in that same kind of lines, that same thing, it's like, I get it if you're trying to get a higher elo or try to rating to play better people, but at the same time, it's kind of more of a philosophical thing, cheating in video games and cheating online, that I think needs to be addressed, because we're going to be losing all of our abilities.
Wait, so you guys are saying he made this in 4... You guys are saying that he made this in 4 hours. Saying it's so much pack laser for the raid. You're saying that he could have, that like if he had more time he could have made it smaller, but because he had 4 hours, this is what he made. But he could have made it like, if they're saying he could have made like half the size, I'm like really scared. Really scared. Oh man, okay.
To counter cheats in the near future because of AI. So it's something that kind of needs to be talked about, because in my thought, why play a video game or why play a game if you're not going to be if you're going to not use your own brain and you're going to cheat? You're just wasting your own time and you're not enjoying the game. It's just it's an interesting topic, and I wanted to touch on a little bit, so I made a device to show how literally easy it would be to cheat in real life if you wanted to. Now, this probably isn't the route I would go. You could probably strap something on your wrist, maybe a watch, maybe something else, but
can't do that.
This is your preferred.
You actually can't do that now. I think about 2 years ago, FIDE actually said that you can't wear watches or things, but I am going to give you guys one little tidbit, and you know, this is not saying anything, but it just speaks to how the regulations do need to be tightened up. So when I played in the World Rapid and Blitz in 2021, it was in Poland. It was in Warsaw, Poland, and they had these regulations in place about how you're not allowed to have like watches or anything else When Hans Niemann played in that event, at least for one game against Boris Gelfand in 2021, he was wearing a watch. Now that's not to say that anything happened, of course, but it's more to show that FIDE really needs to focus on making sure that the rules are really tightened up and these things don't happen. I know that because I was literally at one board away from Hans. I know that, and that's not actually the point, you guys. I'm not saying that he cheated. What I'm saying is that FIDE, when they have these regulations in place, you have to make sure that they're enforced. You have to take this very, very seriously.
Method. This is a completely waterproof device. Let me show you how the device works. And again, to be clear,
you guys, that game against Boris Gelfand, he lost the game. He lost the game. So yeah, don't expect to say, oh, he won some great game. He didn't. He lost that game. Boris actually played an amazing game.
Works because yeah, so it's a very simple device. You flick it on, and that's literally it. And there is a web interface. So you got to imagine if this was put in somewhere. There's a web interface that connects to the actual device itself. I might have named it poorly, but all I have in the web interface, and you could load an entire Stockfish model onto this little thing, so it could be completely self-contained. You don't have to worry about anything else. But in the interface, I have a little input that allows you to put a valid AN number. So any valid chess move, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but once that chess move is in, this piece actually just starts vibrating. So if it's pawn, it buzzes once. If it's knight, it buzzes twice. If it's a bishop, it buzzes 3 times, etc., etc. And then to go to the squares, so you have your pawn, let's say pawn to d4, would be a d, would be 4 buzzes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 for the squares going up. So and just using a sequence of buzzes, and if you're doing this at a professional level, this would be nothing to make this even like 1,000 times better. But just with the sequences of levels, you can then get the optimal.
Well, I mean, the problem with what he's saying, though, the problem with what he's saying is it's like it has to be connected to the phone, right? It has to be connected to the phone, no? Or not? I mean, doesn't have to be. If it has to be connected to a phone, that literally means you have to have a phone. No. So I'm okay. So I'm insane. No, you don't. Okay. The phone is just used to. Oh, the phone is just used to install it. Okay.
Chess move based on the position, so long as it's being tracked somewhere else. And that's another part of the controversy, I guess. Online games versus games that are being streamed, so other people can technically interact. And the only real way to stop something like this from working would be like full spectrum radio jamming. But there probably could be some crazy ways with squeezing.
Oh, he made an oh, did you see that? What he just said?
So other people can technically interact. And the only real way to stop something like this from working would be like full spectrum radio jamming.
You can see it actually. Sorry, let me see. Does it go off? It says illegal in most places. So you can't actually do that. That's illegal. Is that correct? It's illegal to do like full radio jamming. I mean, unless you're like at the White House or something, probably. Oh, it's illegal. So it's like you probably can only do it like at the White House or Congress or places like that, I'm guessing. Oh, because you can't block 911, of course, obviously. Okay, makes sense.
But there probably could be some crazy ways with squeezing or something that you could input moves, and if there's like hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line for this, like I could see someone learning how to do that. And this is why it's a real problem. And I think this is kind of addressed in some of the videos, and I think this is the overall consensus is that if chess is becoming, or cheating in chess is becoming like it's really accessible and really easy, kind of the same way with like biking, when everyone was like doping, doing steroids and all that stuff, it becomes a real problem when it becomes like a normal, like a thing you have to do. And I think that's kind of the standpoint of why everyone is so against it right now, that it's going to overall ruin the game. And it's obviously a game that I love. I spent way too much time building an auto chessboard, but it'll just overall ruin the game and all of the top level competitive and stuff. It'll be like kind of like expected that if you're not cheating, oh, what are you doing? That same kind of thing. But that's my 2 cents on this. I don't have much input, but I made the thing just to show it exists, and I know I've cut in and clipped in all the other things while I was making it. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to follow along, I'm building an automatic maglev chessboard.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. There are 2 things. I wish that he would put on his dress shoes and like see if he can put it like in his shoe or like in a pocket or something. Because like when I see the size of it, I don't know. Somehow to me it looks very. I guess it wouldn't have to be circular, right? You could probably do some kind of flat shape too. Like I'm just trying to think of somewhere where you could put it, because when I look at this, it feels like if you put it somewhere, wouldn't you just be crunching on it if it's in your foot? You can't put it in your pocket, obviously. That would show, like in your pocket it would show. He said it could be ingested. Very funny, you guys, very funny. Yeah, I know you guys are gonna be all weird about it, but I don't know, like this actually does work, which by the way, he did not demonstrate it, to be fair. He didn't demonstrate like in use, but if it's possible, he did it in 4 hours. It could have been 1,000 times better. Yeah, I wish he had shown, like, where you could, like, putting it in your shoe if it wouldn't like stick out, and then secondly showing it like in action, like I mean, like, just like he sits in front of his board and he shows in action if it's possible, because he didn't do that. Then again, it's only a proof of concept, so he's not actually like trying to give an example of like how it would work. But it is pretty scary, though. It is pretty scary. It is very scary. He told in professional ways it'd be 10 times smaller. Yikes. Yeah, this is scary. This is legitimately scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm no tech guy, but if this is possible, I'm really worried. I'm really worried about the future of chess. Really worried.